book is all broken down for you. And today we're going to teach you guys how to really start growing your brand by being authentic and by being yourself. And I'm honored to share a stage with you. Hi guys! Oh my gosh! So I'm super excited. I am Kelsey Thornton, and sorry for my voice, blame it on Mark, okay? I didn't realize we were going to do so much screaming yesterday. Sound like a 12-year-old boy, but it's fine. So I just want to tell you guys like a little bit about why I joined. I joined, if you can't tell by my Jenny from the Block jacket, because I'm a little bougie. No, I just wanted some hair and nail. I wanted some hair and nail money, you guys. That's it. I just had a baby, and you know, if I wasn't gonna have the hot mom bod yet, I really wanted some hair and nails that looked good. Can any moms relate to that? But really, I just want to ask you guys a couple of questions first. So I want you guys to get out your pens and your papers. So let's talk about money, okay? So if you had $100, a Benjamin, just right now deposited into your bank account, what would you do with it? I want you to write down three things. Three things. What would you do with it? Three things. So is that gas? Is that to pay your car note? Is that adding money to your grocery list? What is it? The next thing I want you to do, let's raise it. Who likes more money? Let's do 500, okay? You guys just had $500 deposited into your bank account. Now that is game-changing money. What would that go towards? I want you to write down three more things. And the last thing I want you to do is imagine how it feels when you get $1,000 deposited into your bank account. When we get those notifications in our email about we just had that notification of It Works Pay portal, you just got a deposit. What does it feel like when you have $1,000 deposited into your bank account? I want you to write down three things that you would do with that. And why I'm doing this is because I want you to realize that whatever you're writing down, that's what's important to you. Those are the things, that's why you joined this business. And that is part of who you are and part of your brand. And so I just think it's super important that we start out with realizing that each of you guys joined for a specific reason. And that reason is part of who you are and part of what we're gonna share on social. So I just gave you guys 9 things that you can already post about. That's what you're gonna do in this money that from whatever is announced and whatever he already announced, we know we're all gonna see increases in our paycheck, right? Are we gonna claim it? Now we just have to imagine and visualize, and that's what I want you guys to start sharing on social, and that's part of who you are.
I love that. So if we could go to the next slide, what we kind of want to dissect today is, you know, we talk about what is your the 5 main things that you are focused on when it comes to building your brand online. So we also have a list of incredible questions, if we could go over to those as well. And we have 2 slides for this, you guys, but this is going to help break down what are you posting, why are you posting it, and how you can develop your own brand and personal story through these questions. There's so many phones out. Everyone's like, yeah, I know. And these are also in the social guide, you guys. And so Kelsey, I'm wondering, what are some of the questions that we've given the audience that you've used to really help you build your brand and build your story?
Yes. So the first question I had to ask myself when I was getting started is, why did I join, right? And I just kind of shared a little bit about that with you guys, but I want you to get deeper too. So ask yourself why 5 times. Okay, so for me, what that looked like is, why did I join? I joined for hair and nail money. Well, why was that important for me? That was important because I wanted to feel good inside about myself. Well, why was that important? Maybe because my confidence wasn't there. And you can kind of see where I'm going with this. But what I want you guys to do is really get deep. Don't be surface level. Okay, that is the glory and the amazingness of what you guys can do through being vulnerable, through being transparent and sharing your story, because that's unique to you, right? So why I joined was a huge thing. And then the second question, this is one of my favorites, is what has changed me? And you could have at least probably 10 answers to this question, but for me, marriage was a huge one. My husband is here, it's his first event, so everybody say, hey, Brian! Hey, Brian! marriage changed me because when I married this guy that I love so much, I wanted to impress him. Like I wanted to make myself somebody that he could be proud of. And that really changed like the way that I viewed myself because I saw somebody who loved me so much, almost sometimes more than I love myself. And so when somebody looks at you in a different way, you want to live up to that. And so I think that that's super important. And the second thing that changed me is motherhood, right? Being a mom. I mean, I love my kids. They're crazy, but I love them. And I didn't just want to tell them I could give them anything. I wanted to show them how they could get it themselves. But how was I going to show them that they could get it themselves if I wasn't doing it? And so that was a huge thing that changed me as motherhood, looking into my kids' eyes and being like, I'm going to show you that you can do whatever because I'm doing whatever I wanted to do or whatever I set my mind to. And then the last thing that changed me is being epileptic. So I have seizures, and that really changed me. And some things that change you aren't always positive. It's not this awesome thing, but what happens is that you grow. You grow through the hard things. So do not be scared to be vulnerable, to share that you're not perfect, because who relates to perfect? A podcast I listen to always says people would rather follow somebody who's always real than somebody who's always right. And I think it's important that we just continue to remain real. And so when you look at these questions, you guys, think of how what has changed you in your life that has made you who you are today. Alyssa, what questions did you have to ask?
So I asked myself, what did life look like before it works? And for me, I was broke and I was broken and I was struggling mentally, with depression and just physically. I was overweight and I was always tired, and I just always think that it's the little things that people really want to see about why did you join. Maybe if you're just getting started, talking about the little things as far as like, we want a great date night, or like maybe you don't want to live on food stamps anymore, and maybe you want to be able to pay for childcare, go to the grocery store without being worried about the total that's going to be shown. And so those are little things that are so important. And, I think that another thing for me that I always ask myself is what brings me joy. And, what brings me joy is my daughter and being a mom and motherhood, and it's leadership and it's community and building something within this company that creates something that's so much bigger than ourselves. And it's something that I'm always so passionate about. And so, when we talk about, what brings you joy, there's a question you always ask yourself, Kelsey, and it's, how do I want people to feel when they're coming to my social media? So what is that for you?
For me, I want people to feel inspired. I want people just to feel loved for my page. Like I want people to feel like anybody is welcome to come to my page, and hopefully they can relate to some part of my story, right? But really what I want you guys to understand is that we have to focus. This is the most important part. We can't be posting about one thing and people can get confused. And you've heard it up here multiple times this weekend, is a confused mind says no, right? So they want to know who you are, but you have to be consistent. So get focused on what your 5 are. And then what happens is people really feel like they know you. Guys, true story. I was in Target one time and somebody came up to me and they were like, oh my gosh, how's Mac and Deuce and how's the family? And I was like, what? Who are you? Oh, but they felt like they knew me because of how I was posting. And so that should be your goal, is you want people to feel like they know you, that they're a part of your community, that they're a part of your family. And it's just an amazing feeling when people feel like that they can get to know who you truly are. And so for me, the other ones that I have besides marriage and being a mom is just faith. I love personal development. Who in here loves personal development? And so make sure that everything you're posting, before you post it, after you write down these 5, you say, what I'm posting in line with my 5? Okay, so ask yourself that question each time, right? So we're probably not going to be posting about, I locked my keys in my car and I'm having a really bad day, or, this drama that's happening over here. We want to keep our lives positive, and always give some people something to be inspired for. And just, listen, what have you, because I know that you've been so vulnerable, and there's so much power in vulnerability. What kind of have you noticed change by you sharing your story and being vulnerable with it?
You know what, you guys, when I joined this company, I was vlogging, and I'll be honest, my life looked perfect online. we can make it look like however we want it to look. No one would have known that I was living on food stamps and government assistance, or that I had $5 in the bank. But I had a breakthrough in my business and just in myself when I started sharing my story. I started sharing, the hard parts, because it's not always going to be easy to share that kind of stuff. But you will have a breakthrough when you're real and you say and do the truth.
Yes, there's so much power in the truth. And we're here to just remind you guys, if you don't remember anything, remember that you have a story. And your truth is what makes you you. And what you bring is, you bring something that nobody else in here can bring. And so remember, God assigned you this mountain to show others that it can be moved, right? It's not just for you. You are going to be an inspiration to somebody else by sharing your story and telling them what you learned and how you got through it, because there's somebody else out there that can relate, just like Alyssa. There's somebody else out here that is going to relate to her story of her struggle, and even though it can be painful to share, there can be purpose in your pain if you let yourself be open to that.
And everyone's journey is going to look so different. Stay in your lane. You have something so special and so real to share, so don't be afraid to do that. I want every single one of you to look back on all of the time that you spent building your business and building online and say, yes, it was all worth it. And we are right here cheering you guys on.
Yes, and we just want to say thank you guys for letting us just teach you guys and be open to it. And I know that this year is going to be a game changer for each and every one of you, and we're so proud of you. And just know that you don't have to be anybody else. I know it's hard, and I know that sometimes you look at all the people that are up on the stage and you say, I want to be like them so I can get there. But remember, you are your own recipe. Take ingredients from other people and build your own recipe. So I hope you guys will remember something and just enjoy learning from each person.